Everybody, and today for Ninja Turtles. I'm reviewing the Infecta Trancla. I forget how to say the name. I'm sorry. It's hard to say, but this episode is about Baxter Stockman creating an army to take down the Turtles. It all opens with Baxter with Shredder, who's still complaining about being wounded, and he's waiting for Baxter to give him his new abilities so he can take over New York. But Baxter got his own plan. He's going to make Superfly mutants, or whatever you want to call it. And so that's what he does. He kidnaps a civilian, puts a bag over his head, and drops him in that bucket of mutagen, that tank. And he mutates into Scumbug, as they call him later. And he also mutates a few random people, and they turn into these like cockroach, purple-looking fly mutants, whatever you want to call them. And Baxter's going to use them to take down the Turtles. So this episode's probably not my favorite episode, but it explores some things with like Raphael getting over his fear of like bugs, because while the Turtles are hanging out doing their thing, they notice Raph has just flicked off a bug on his pizza, and he says he ain't afraid of bugs because he went to a planet full of bugs back in the space episodes, and they are kind of spooked by it. But things take a turn once they get reports of new creatures walking around the town, and so they go on patrol. And I do like this one scene with Leo and Mikey, and they're just chilling, being bros. They're talking about their favorite shows. I think they're talking about Krognar and Space Heroes, how Leo prefers Space Heroes, but they're interrupted by once they find the mutant bugs. And Scumbug, I'm going to randomly talk about him. His design looks so creepy, even though he was in the 80s show. He's also, she's also in the Mutant Mayhem, but in this, like, look at that design. It is creepy as hell, and I guess it's for good reason. They wanted to make him look as creepy as possible. But things take a turn for Raphael during their fight with these bug creatures, because Raph starts to hallucinate and has visions of Mona Lisa getting attacked by Lord Dreg's goons. He sees Dreg, like he's afraid of every bug he sees, and he even bumps into a vision of the Cockroach Terminator, which we haven't seen him since season 1 or 2. But I guess it's a cool return, even though it's all in his head, and it distracts Raph as he's freaking out, and it's his own personal version of hell. As he gets attacked, and it gets his friends captured, and I think like Casey gets captured. This already episode gets a little gross, where Casey gets vomited on by Scumbug, and it's so gross. I don't know why, but like this show does have some gross out moments, but like I don't know, maybe it was warranted, but for this it just looks freaky. But as this is going on, I think the Turtles tried to confront Karai about it, but I think she gets captured when she is trying to make her next move against Shredder, and a bunch of the bugs are like crawling on her wall, and they capture her. And I think even Leo gets captured after they're ambushed, and it's up to just Mikey, Raph, and Donnie. And Raph gets a little talk with Splinter, as he tries to help him meditate and find his inner peace with his phobias. As Splinter's trying to teach him to get rid of his fear, and he teaches him some sort of technique. I forget what they call it. It's a bunch of Japanese words, but what happens next is Donnie is able to create like some device that he was building before they went into space. And it's like these grappling hooks, but I don't know why they look like one of those toys the Turtles had. Like they're like these grappling hook things, and they're gonna use it to take down Scumbug and Baxter. And Baxter trapped April, Leo, and Karai on a billboard, and he's planning to feast on them. It's quite odd, but Mikey puts on his Trifecta costume for obvious reasons, and the rest is the battle between Scumbug, and they use their grapple hooks to distract him as Raph gets over his fear against bugs, as he's able to take down Scumbug, and he is trapped under the billboard, and they manage to free the rest of the team. And I think Raph has a talk with Splinter how his technique helped him get over his fear, but Splinter's like, I just did it to mess with you. And then Splinter, it was just playing along with Raph, I guess, trying to, somewhat teaching him a lesson. But the episode ends with Baxter revealing that he has failed, but Shredder's just not having it, as he tells him to inject him with the mutagen, and we see claws come out of Shredder as he's about to become the Super Shredder. So yeah, this episode was okay. I mainly just didn't really get into this episode. It's an episode I don't really remember too much when I watched it. I don't know, maybe because it just had a lot of gross out moments, and I don't know, I'm not really a fan of bugs. Not that I'm afraid of them, they just look gross. I know that's what they're meant to look like. But overall, this episode was fine. I'll probably give it like a 6 out of 10. But the next episode, I'm super excited to talk about. The Mutant Gangland. That should be fun. But anyway, thanks for watching, and Turtle Power.